That's great. Yo, what's good, fam? It's your boy A Diddy, no relation. Today we getting into episode 12 of the Chillin with Him podcast. This is the cast we got first off.
Sham.
Yo, Bug.
Ammo.
And yeah, so let's get into it.
Oh, wait, hold on.
When you ready?
Y'all got me off guard.
We're ready, boss.
All right, y'all.
Where we going?
I'm gonna start off this week talking about. Look, I did. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm gonna start off this week by discussing. It's mostly about the women because it happens more to women than it does men, but it does happen to men as well. So, what y'all think about these men that mistreat their women? They mistreat them, doing bad, dog them out. I heard wilding on them, doing all kind of crazy stuff, but they won't let them go. When they be trying to walk out the door, I mean, these men be falling on the floor hollering. Men, women too. It goes both ways.
Yeah,
but mostly in society, we see it happening to women. What y'all think about that? What's y'all input? Why do men do that? Why is you doing her like that, but you don't want her to go?
Control.
I swear to God, because I can't see it no other way.
Wait, so you
they
say
possessive, bro?
Yeah,
like I don't want you, but can't nobody have you.
exactly.
Yeah.
So they be like,
I wish a Negro would tell me that. Well,
you can't go nowhere.
All right, they have told me that before, but I want you to really, really mean it. And
Not
really
for real.
like hold me hostage from leaving, baby.
You gonna cut up?
You gone.
That's crazy.
You gone.
That's crazy.
No,
like
that's
seriously,
insane.
they do that. They act the fool, and then when you ready to go, walk out the door and they made up your mind. Oh, I'm sorry. I love you. I won't do it again. I changed. They want to do all that.
They get to thinking about what you finna do and where you finna go. That's gonna hurt.
Exactly. That's all it is.
Because they know there's better out there.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They like, man, she finna go be happy. Nah, I gotta keep her locked in.
I think it's also like on the other side of it is like the guy knows that if she leaves, I can't get nobody else because nobody's gonna put up with what she puts up with.
That's true too.
And I'd rather keep something and not change than her leave me and I gotta change or else I'm alone for the rest of my life. Because I didn't used to really believe this, but nowadays I feel like it's become more and more apparent is when they say the things that people do to another person is based off of their insecurities and what they have going on. And it just never made sense to me when guys like straight up beat their women.
Yeah.
And apologize and then do it again and then apologize and then do it again. Like,
I feel like all of that has to be rooted in insecurity though. Like just period. Like all across the board. Because like you said, you're doing it, but you know the only person I'm doing this with is the only person that's gonna stand for it. Or at least the only person I think that's gonna stand for it. So I ain't trying to go find somebody else that's gonna like deal with this.
Right.
I know she gonna deal with it. Let me stick here and let me make sure she stay here too. And then on the flip side, niggas know that she gonna find somebody that's way better out there.
I think men that do that, they in their eyes, they know or they feel that woman is weak, and they can keep doing that to them over and over and over, acting a fool, and then want to snot nose it at the end.
Like they know this.
They know that woman
she
is
can't
weak.
go nowhere. She ain't got nothing but me, so I do what I want.
Like
they weak. They think they weak.
I think it's both. Even with that, I feel like they either know that they weak or like seeing glimpses of it or whatever. Like you know, she ain't that bold and strong-minded as some other people or whatever. But then it could be, let me try to put it in that place. So a person could start off the sweetest or the nicest person in the fucking world. You never expect these negative things from. So when it happens, it's like, oh shit, like that's not. That's, you know what? That's not in his character. I ain't going like, you know, hold that against him just because it was one time. Like he said, I didn't mean it, but then next time it happened.
Yeah.
Still thinking the same way next time, and of course he playing the role that he need to play, trying to be sweet or nice, whatever.
I didn't mean it.
Exactly. Give you gifts, all types of shit to try to keep you there, and then once you get to that point, you finally get to the point, but They just breaking you down until they know they got a hold of you.
That's another thing I hate is when you getting ready to walk out the door, they want to shower you with gifts and take you and treat you like you dating. It's the first time they met you. Why you weren't doing all that this whole time?
Now you just made it worse because now you just proved my point that you are capable, but you only do it when you feel like it. Yep. And if you loved me, you would do it because you want to, not because you have to, because it's the last resort.
Or because it's going to benefit you.
Yeah.
Because you're going to be able to keep her around.
You want something back.
Yep.
And it sucks that some women fall for that. They fall for the gifts and I changed it. They do really, really fall for it over and over and over and over again.
But them probably the weaker ones, or either the ones that don't have anything to look forward to.
Nothing else to fall back on.
Yeah. He gave me this. I don't know where I was about to go. So they buy. And
I
probably wouldn't use the word weak.
Yeah,
I didn't want to say weak.
That the men think they're weak.
They think they're weak, but I wouldn't say that they're weak. I
didn't say they're weak. I said the men probably think.
For sure.
No, Junebug was saying that.
Oh, okay.
It's more so like limited. Like you don't have much resource options. It's like this. He is taking care of me. He probably paying the bill. This.
Yeah,
if
that's
I don't
what
go
I
here,
see a lot of.
I can't go nowhere.
Yeah.
That's what makes it the most dangerous, in my opinion. That comes back to what we talked about in one of the other episodes of make sure you can hold your own.
Yep.
Because no matter what, even if you and that person last forever and y'all are great, anything can happen.
Yeah.
And I think that if just a guess would be that out of all the statistics, I think one of the main reasons that women don't leave is because they can't afford leaving. Like economically, they wouldn't be able to have it. I've seen it firsthand with somebody that no matter what the guy did to her, she was like, "Where am I going to go?" He makes the majority of the money.
So she was trapped, basically.
No.
And once you get kids involved and you try to leave with kids, that's even more expensive.
And also fear of starting over.
I was just about to say that.
A lot of people stay and deal with it over and over again because of the fear of starting over.
I can see that.
You hear me? Give me a clean one.
But imagine like you in a situation where you live in a certain lifestyle, and now you got to go on your own, but you don't have income or you don't have much income at all. Now it's like I could start over, but where am I starting over from?
Yeah. And
then do I want to live that life of struggling, or do I want to just continue living this lifestyle of luxury or whatever, however you want to look at it? And,
I hate
it.
But I feel like that's where it's just gonna boil down to one of those make or breaks.
Yeah.
Like, bro, you gonna get out here, you gonna struggle.
Yeah.
But
you gotta make that jump.
Otherwise, it's just gonna be.
It's gonna get worse and worse, and like I say, it's gonna get dangerous.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's gonna get dangerous.
Gun turn to.
Yeah.
He pointed a gun in my head. He pistol with me.
It's gonna start getting dangerous.
Yep.
You know how many people really out here like getting beat and you would never know?
Yeah.
You would never know.
Crazy.
And on the flip side, it's plenty of niggas. My bad. There's plenty of dudes. Plenty of dudes going through the same thing, but with the way society look at it, I'm sure a decent amount of them scared to speak up with the fear of looking weak.
Yeah.
Or
the fear of nobody believing them.
Fear of nobody believing. The fear of nobody. The fear of nobody caring. Like yo. It's a chick, like
they can say all
but they don't remember that. Okay, but what would I look like if I hit her back?
Exactly,
you know what I mean.
Exactly.
It is messed up.
Like, what else do you want me to do other than just let her hit me?
Yeah, exactly. Because if I defend myself now, I look crazy.
Then I'm in the wrong.
Yeah,
every time too. You gonna look crazy unless somebody is there as a witness. They be like, nah. But still, to everybody that don't know or can't get in contact with that one person. Your story ain't gonna be enough.
We'll have more sympathy for a female than a man. That's
Quicker.
messed up.
Oh, for sure.
It is.
You should have just called the police.
Yeah. Yep.
That's just how that
get you
just like
that's what it got.
Women can cry and men can't.
Yeah.
Like some people really feel like that. Yeah. That's messed up in my eyes.
Yeah.
That's,
my thing is if you can't treat him or her right and you can't do what you need to do in a relationship, let them go.
I got a cousin that was in the same situation as male though. He was in a situation with a female with his baby moms, and she was holding the kids over. Like whenever they went through something, you ain't gonna be able to see your kids. Get out my house. You can't come to this house.
The judge gonna say otherwise.
Yeah, but then you got to go through that whole process. But then it's like,
and a lot of people will avoid the court by all means.
Yeah.
Especially when you in a situation like him, been in jail plenty of times. So it's like, I'm trying to do right and I'm trying to do right by my kids.
Yeah.
But you in the way of that.
You in the way.
And if I do something, which I remember at one point, now thankfully they ain't together no more. But at one point, he lost control. He grabbed up by her neck.
God dog.
And then let her go, and then he got the fuck up out of there. But
did he play thumb in?
Nah. Like what he did, he ain't grab a neck, but he grabbed a shirt.
It's a
like,
shirt.
Yeah.
Yanked up a little bit.
And then let her go.
He scared her.
He was exactly.
Yeah,
that's the guy. He got to that point though, but he got to that point, but then he got up out of there. Like he knew he went too far with that. So like, all right,
you got to move around it.
Let me. Yeah.
If she drives you to that point to where you almost put your hands on, you got to go. Go before you get bad.
I can't help but think while we're talking about this, every time I think about something to say, because remember we talked about this last time, and Aaron had a point of like, if you ever hit your woman, you should have. Well, let me back up. How am I trying to say this? Like,
should have been gone.
When the question comes up, like, what if they only have done it once and it was a mistake? And Aaron had the point of, you should have never been that close. Yeah. You should have never been that close in proximity to where you were going to put your hands on me.
Yeah.
Because if you got that close, then you'll always have that potential.
Yeah, that's a fact.
But
that's a fact, because you breaching somebody's personal space purposely though.
And you gotta get close.
And why you angry as hell? Like you know you upset if you getting that close to yell in somebody's face. That's crazy.
Her finger all in you.
Yeah. Ooh. That shit boiling my blood.
Let's practice.
Well, you
see how far I can go.
I can get here.
Sam, trying to see how far I can abuse you.
No, ma'am.
God dang, bro. No.
Poking me in my forehead.
Yeah. Just let him go.
Let him go.
Let him go, baby.
Let him go.
Let him go be free.
And go to therapy.
Yeah.
Go see somebody.
Yeah, because clearly something up with you.
Like, yeah. For real.
Ooh, that's another time. We're going to bring that back on the next episode. Leave me alone.
Ooh, no. He said leave me alone.
I said, we can expand a little bit. We got a little bit of time. It's early.
So we were having this conversation a long time
ago.
Ahead. And then it ran back yesterday again.
Mm-hmm.
No, go.
Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, we was having it because you said the T word.
Oh, therapy.
Tomatoes.
Oh, yeah.
Tomatoes. Oh.
Don't make me mad.
Oh, therapy.
So we were talking about like how some people don't like therapy or they don't believe in therapy. Some people do believe in therapy. And we were like opposites.
So what? You believe in? I know you believe in it.
She likes
you
therapy.
Don't believe in therapy.
I believe in therapy.
But would you
if it works for that person? I don't like therapy
for yourself.
Myself.
Yeah.
Why not?
That?
And then we was having conversations about like, for me, it was like talking about it's hard for a couple reasons. First reason, I just can't get over the hump of paying somebody to listen to me. It just don't seem humane.
It's for their knowledge.
But even if it's gonna benefit,
just like you pay a coach or a teacher,
potentially change your life.
Yeah.
Now the second part of it, though, how can I talk to somebody that's not qualified to talk to me?
Qualified is not the right word.
Or no, it is because you're
talking about the therapist.
Yes, you're qualified from the stuff that you've learned, but you didn't come where I come from.
Qualified.
You exactly. You know what I'm saying? There's a difference. So how can I tell you something you're not going to understand? You're not going to get where I'm coming from.
That's why every therapist isn't for everybody. You got to go find somebody you can relate to.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there's
because like a prime example, like everybody, I think it's just a stigma that people think that therapists, they're high and proud. They haven't been through what I've been through.
I know some chill therapists.
But there are therapists that they went through some shit. Yeah. And that's why they're a therapist.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I agree with that.
But to say, since you didn't, for example, let's just pretend. If I said, oh, well, I'm not going to tell you about all the abuse because you've never been abused before, so you're not qualified. I don't think that's fair to the therapist because you wouldn't treat a coach like that or a teacher. Mm-hmm. Just like how you asked, why am I paying somebody to listen? They're not just listening. They're giving you the answer. They're teaching you how to heal. They're giving you all of the resources and ways that you are going to heal yourself from what you were.
But here's the thing. How are they going to heal 25 years, or we'll say 20 years of something based off of 60 minutes of weeks of what I tell them. 60 minutes of weeks.
It's getting you
can't
on the
unfold.
road. They're getting you on the road.
They start you.
They only know what I tell them.
Yep. And that's on you though. How much you want to heal?
How much?
It's how much you want to heal. You can't. Okay, but it's like what I learned through therapy is she don't need to know every story I've been through. She needs to know the base. So, like, for example, when I started with my therapist, she had me fill out a couple of different questionnaires, but they ask you, like, have you ever been in a situation where somebody physically abused you? Mm-hmm. Now, she didn't ask who abused you and why, tell me the story. It was, what matters is, did you get physically abused, yes or no? Mm-hmm. Because that comes with a whole set of side effects and how it affects your life. Okay, have you ever been mentally abused? Have you ever been sexually abused? Mm-hmm. Do your parents use alcohol? Do they use drugs? Think of those as like the categories, and the stories to it are subcategories. Yeah. It don't really matter if you hit all the stories. It matters what the principal problem is, and that's what you attack.
They got the points for the topic, whatever topic.
And you have to. That's and then she creates. I know a lot of therapists. They create a timeline, and they're not. You don't attack everything all at once. Mm-hmm. You got to take it step by step. And what she did with me was we started from the most important. So she asked me, what do you want to fix first? Mm-hmm. What is bothering you the most? What do you think is affecting who you are now the most? Mm-hmm. And that's what we attacked. And then we can start attacking the other things later. Smaller things. And I think even I was kind of like, how are we going to fix everything? Mm-hmm. What you don't realize is just talking about one story and her teaching you through it, it just fixed so many other things that you didn't even think about. And everything starts to click.
Start making sense.
And no matter what you've been through, the principal thing is it's all how you were raised and the environment you were around. Mm-hmm. Because you didn't...
It says your therapist or it says the world? Like, that's the thing.
Like, that is the... Based off of, like, the actual... Not the therapist, but, like, the research and the, I guess... What would you call them? Like
statistics?
Like I'm saying, every therapist that you go with is going to say they want to break down these categories, or because I've seen stories where they want to hear what happened. I need every detail so I can break this story down.
That's
where I'm like, I don't have $1 million to give you for 60 minutes every day
for so long.
You know what I'm saying?
I could see what you saying as far as that. The way that I look at it a little bit though is like, all right, I noticed for some people that do therapy, or most people that have done therapy, they either do it and want to continue to do it, or they've done it and probably can't afford to do it right now or whatever, but they eventually want to get back to it in some way, shape, or form. Because I noticed, like, through talking to people about my issues, just regular people that's not qualified for certain, like for stuff like that, it helps get a lot of that weight off your shoulders. So to talk to somebody that knows what they're doing, as far as like know what to either look for or what to pinpoint, and granted, you might want somebody that you relate to a lot more, that'll be able to get to certain points quicker. But if this is what they do and they study for this, they train for it, to be able to figure and point out the parts that affected you, the things that you could sweep away or don't really need, or the things that really made big changes in your life, and you going down that path with that person, is like, over time that weight feels so much easier to walk with. And then at one point wouldn't be surprised you feel like you're flying because you ain't got no weight no more.
And I get
states
that part.
You know how to deal with them now because you dealt with so much shit from your past.
That's where I feel like it would work for a lot of people. My thing is just with that is like
it takes too
long.
When
you say they're trained, it's like I'm not discrediting no therapist. This is what they do. That's like a teacher. That's like a coach, like you said. But they trained by this book, by these statistics, by this science.
Right, and the research
and
studies
the problems
people.
that I personally may be having may be more.
They're not guaranteeing you that
where it's like if I go talk to my OG, he know where I'm coming from. He know what I'm finna say before I say it. He know what to tell me personally. Like there's no personal with me and my therapist. There's no. I need like it's a weird. I need to be personal. I need to be comfortable, and when I get that from like I said, OG versus this person I'm paying to.
That's it. Yours is.
That's my thing.
It's money over healing for you. You ain't trying to pay the money.
I would pay the money for the knowledge because I'll pay a trainer to train me.
You'll pay the money for a therapist? You said I can't see myself paying somebody
for that long that you might not be able to relate to.
I'm saying the idea of that to give me something that I feel I would hit harder with somebody I know.
So you feel like you can get your healing without.
I feel like my thing, it's not personal. That's the big thing. It's not personal.
You want it to be more personal?
Yes. I want somebody that, like, if I talk to you, you know me, you know what to tell me personally. You're not going to tell me something based off of these credentials, off this book, off of this science. You're going to tell me what I personally need to know because you have this personal connection with me. So you know where I'm coming from.
I know why you say that.
Why?
And I could be wrong, but I feel like the reason you feel that way is a fear. You fear you don't want to open up and talk to those people. You want to talk to somebody that already know you and you ain't got to say too much to them. They can just pick on what you're talking about. You don't want to open up and talk because you're scary.
but
that's a piece of it.
I just want to say something though.
If I went to therapy, I would be a flat out open book, especially if I'm.
But
this is what you here
for?
Yeah.
We can go all in.
The only problem that comes with your view, it ain't really a problem, but it's like you will be way more comfortable with somebody that you know or that you can be comfortable with or that you know for a long time. But a lot of the time, more times than not, they don't know what to tell you. They don't know how
they can relate, but they don't have the solution.
They don't got the tools. They don't.
And that's exactly what I was going to bring up. Is I can talk. You can talk to her till you're blue in the face,
right?
And her relate to you and know exactly but things are very related in the family. Mm-hmm. So I can't sit there and talk to my dad about how I feel when I have a problem when he most likely caused that problem. But he doesn't know that.
Right. Yeah. I was using her for. I'm not saying go to my sister. I could talk.
No, but
to
I'm saying
friend,
in general.
My uncle.
Yeah. Y'all, like if you talk to Uncle Pokey, he might know what you're talking about.
Yes.
But y'all still come from the same culture, the same way of thinking. Mm-hmm. It takes somebody that is unbiased and does not have culture in it. It is the facts.
Yeah.
It is the statistics.
It depends on who you around. If I were to talk to my Uncle Boogie, he gonna straight up tell me if I'm right or if I'm wrong.
But
he's not. He won't.
We family. That sometimes we just gonna give
which
you
is
what
why
feel good.
It's going exactly, and I can see that for a lot of the things. I'm saying like that's like breaking all the way down in each individual person.
Yeah,
I'm saying in the general aspect, if we talking about me, I wouldn't go to somebody I know gonna be biased, or I wouldn't go to somebody that's part of the problem. I would go to somebody I know gonna keep it a stack with me.
But that's just like keeping it a stack or whatever, being real with you. That's when you're venting.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's when you just need support.
You on a journey.
If like, for example, when I had my problems, I talked to my mom because she knew exactly what I was going through. Exactly to the T. And she had nothing to do with what I had going on, other than the genetics of anxiety. There was nothing I could blame her for, or that she did when I was little that would relate to her. But she had some answers, but I still had to go to my therapist for the therapy of her saying, you're like this because remember when you told me that this happened when you were little? You never healed from that. You skipped this step. I think the biggest thing for him is he doesn't like things being all connected to statistics and info.
Oh, so you're thinking that everything is based off studies.
He's more focused on feelings, experience.
That's me.
I get it though.
That's what I'm trying to say. Well, I'm more personal with that. I don't want the book.
I'm kind of with him.
It depends in that situation because you got to remember at the end of the day. Now, some therapists might be straight to the T to the book, and this is what's going to help this person. Skipping all the social stuff or whatever. Right. But then that's why they say you got to find a therapist that work for you because it's plenty of people that's out there that's therapists, and it's like they are people too at the end of the day. So it's going to be plenty of them that can be personable with a lot of the information you're giving them and trying to be able to relate.
I didn't believe in therapists either up until last year. Last year, then I was like, oh, maybe I do need.
Like, I don't want that.
I got to a point where, like, I need to.
It's all statistics. It's all book. This person's gonna give me the same answer or bring it back to the same thing that they just told their last 3 clients on Zoom. I don't want that.
Annoy me.
That's like
that's not a thing.
That's like a.
It would be like obvious. Like,
it's not for your therapist.
I'm saying
it is because they all got that training. It's all based on these same statistics, the same knowledge.
That's not
that's not for you. You had a great experience with therapy. This is what I said before we started. I said I agree with therapy, not for me.
Not for me.
It's great for you.
Okay, so question.
That's like a trainer. I would hate a personal trainer that give me the same meal prep they gave the last 50 people. You're not accustomed to me. I would
I mean, I do agree. There are some that are like that, therapist wise, but there are good ones and there are bad ones. And just like you said, you got to find the one for you.
What's the word we used last podcast?
Discernment.
You gotta use your discernment with that.
Because like my dad's therapist, okay, I'm kind of airing people out. I know a person. I know two people that have a therapist, and one person, their therapist is like mine, where it's like, let's break it down, let's do the timeline, blah blah blah. Like we're getting down to details, feelings, and then you've got one like someone else, who their therapist is black and white. Just don't think. Okay, if I walk in and I tell you something, and I'm telling you how I feel, and you tell me don't think, I'm leaving and I'm not paying.
Somebody said just don't think.
There are therapists out there that are like that, where they are focused on all of that would go away if you just didn't think, if you just sit there and don't think.
I would say that don't get paid.
Facts. I swear to God,
don't think about me paying you.
Yeah, especially with people like y'all. Not pointing y'all out, but y'all minds go a mile a minute, especially when it's going a mile a minute. So how the fuck am I supposed to just cut that off? Just naturally.
Yeah, people.
I would hit him with this. It don't
work like that. It worked for me.
I could be sitting there not thinking.
Okay.
I ain't worried about it no more.
Hit him with this. Your mama.
I swear to God, I can sit there and I can not think about nothing. I can just
chill. Yeah.
Chilling. That don't
let silence get to one of them, right? It's gonna be loud.
When my anxiety,
voices start talking.
When my anxiety was so bad, like I would just sit there and be like, okay, can we just think about like a white space and there's nothing there?
Oh, girl.
And immediately start thinking about things that go with the white space.
The white space, baby.
What if the snake came through the wall of the white space?
I swear to God,
like,
that's crazy.
It's just,
we got some crazy brains.
I really wish that there was a way for somebody, like for example, for him to sit down and just have somebody connect him to some sensors and show him how my brain is for a day.
I've seen a perfect video that explained
explain
this stuff. I swear to God, it was on Facebook. It had me dying. I can't remember what the chick was saying, but she was like, talking to her husband. What are you doing? What are you thinking about? He said, nothing. I was just sitting here. She was like, so when you sit in silence, the voices don't start talking to you?
Oh yeah.
What? It was like, voices?
Wait a minute.
Oh yeah, like the voices. No, the voices. The voice that says go and do this. The narrator. That's what it was. So the narrator, the one that tells you to go lock the door and make sure that all the lights are off in the kitchen. And he said, "What?" He said, "This is what goes through there." She was like, "Yeah, all the time. There's never." She said there was never a moment that she didn't hear a voice about something.
The narrator.
Yeah.
It's always a narrator.
Like if you have a brain like that, you understand what she's talking about when she says the narrator.
The narrator, that's crazy. Like that concept to me is wild.
My narrator be loud at night.
The craziest thing that made me, there was like at one point where I was like, oh my gosh, I sound psychotic. Is when I was talking to him and I was like, but I didn't want to think that. My anxiety was thinking that. So that wasn't me. That was anxiety.
A whole nother
like,
person.
Yeah.
He was like, okay, so, but it is you because it's your brain. And I'm like, yeah, but that's not what I want.
In that moment, it was the narrator took over my brain for 5 minutes. What?
That bitch always coming
all the time.
But it's true, right?
It is like it's very
anxiety always showing up.
It's very true. And it's sometimes it's
true.
It just makes you want to sit there and just scream because you want it to just like be quiet.
Yeah.
And Sam, at night, what I do to go to sleep, I have to have some kind of video playing over and over and over. It plays the same thing over and over. I go to TikTok, but it got to be a certain sound, it got to be just right. I scroll until I find that perfect one. And usually somebody talking about a story or something or like a documentary.
Yeah.
That's the only way I can fall asleep.
But
if I don't have it on, I can't go to sleep because the narrator in there talking.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, if it gets too quiet in the room when I'm trying to go to sleep, I'll start making a checklist.
Yep.
I'll start thinking about things that I haven't done.
The next day,
I'll start thinking about, oh my gosh, what if, blah, blah, blah.
You know what?
Like it just doesn't stop.
That's happened to me before, but that's not a constant.
Oh, it's constant, 100%.
Like it's been times where like
the only time that I have ever experienced it all stop is when I have taken a Xanax and I just sit there and I zone out. But it's like once it stops, you can tell because I'm zonked. Like I'm just like,
this made me think when she just said that
the whole time.
Remember when you couldn't think?
This was my brain is out. My narrator always talk.
Bro, what?
You know, last year when I was dealing with all the stuff I was dealing with, there was a point where I had no thoughts.
The narrator disappeared.
It
for a
freaked
little
me
bit.
out so bad. My narrator was gone.
She closed the book.
Real talk.
She closed the book.
It's not funny. It's not funny. Leave me alone. I don't do fun no more.
The narrator stopped talking.
Yo, I had no thoughts at all. I couldn't think. There was
not about normal thoughts.
Nothing at all.
You just blank.
I was empty. I was completely blank. I was a light. I was a blank wall.
If she was thinking about something, you could do that a bit. Yeah. As far as like if something was going on, she could think in the moment.
In the moment.
But outside of that,
my thoughts were so
you think about tomorrow.
Yeah. But
my thoughts were suppressed.
It's regular shit with me and you.
Yeah.
For her, it was.
It freaked me out.
Imagine every day somebody there and then they just disappeared. Like.
I told him, I said, I can't. I said, there's nothing going
Wait,
on.
hello?
Yeah.
Bro, y'all making it sound crazier.
But it's
I don't know what, bro, but it's so true.
It's like, but like, what do you feel like? What are you thinking? I'm like, there's nothing there. Like, I don't know what I'm thinking. I'm not thinking anything.
I'm not even thinking about what I'm thinking about telling you what I'm thinking.
It was so crazy.
Slow.
But it was crazy, Juma.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we gonna get off into that. Maybe a little bit more in the next episode or somewhere down the line.
Yeah, it's a gift and a curse.
Yeah.
It's a gift and a curse that he doesn't have what I have.
Yeah.
Because it's a gift that we got to balance.
Yes.
But it's a curse that he will never understand to the fullest
you don't
potential.
understand me?
That's good. That's a good conversation to talk about because, like you said, y'all have a balance because you this way, he's not that way. He's the opposite. But with us, we're both that way, but not all the time. There are times where we're opposites as well, but we balance each other out.
Wait, about what?
Dealing with like
thoughts, overthinking and stuff.
The narrator. Like anxiety or even depression or mental health, period.
Yeah.
And like that type of stuff. Y'all balance each other out because y'all opposites.
I feel like all those things are different. Like it's different forms of that, but like clearly distinct different forms of it. Like when it comes to depression, right? Have you ever been depressed? You felt depression before?
No.
But don't hit on it too much.
I don't think so.
I feel like depression is more of a feeling of like like how for them the narrative is going. But it's similar, but so you don't really have much thoughts, but at the same time you don't feel present either.
Like numb.
Yeah, that was another thing that like, we had to talk about.
You're sitting on the back, like you in the back seat, just feeling
because you're disassociated from everything. Yeah. And we had a conversation one time because I told him the more I started like learning signs and symptoms, I told him one time I was like, I feel depressed lately, and he was like, "Don't say that." I'm like, what? Because he thought that depressed meant like straight up either you were sad all the time or you wanted to do some things to yourself.
Got you, yeah.
But that's not what depression is, and that's what I learned. I thought it was just sadness.
Yeah.
But no, it's when you don't want to do anything, you don't want to get out of bed, the things that require energy, no. You don't have any energy. You don't even want to get up and do stuff that usually makes you happy. It's just no, I don't want to do anything. I just want to sit here and do nothing.
Or I just don't like
have we talked about this on our mental health on our
before?
Or did we say we were going to? We never
probably talked about it. Yeah, we probably never got deep into it.
I think that's a good conversation. That we can talk about.
Because you want to move on?
No, go ahead.
I'm about to say because I feel like to what you're saying, and it could be parts of that. Like it could just be not wanting to do anything, or just not wanting to go anywhere. You still doing things that you interested or usually do, but else it could just be a part, or it could be all of that together. But I feel like that comes with the level of depression that you might be at, because it could just be surface level, like yo, I'm just feeling sad. I'm constantly feeling sad nonstop, like, and I don't know why. But it could escalate and continue to escalate and end up all of these things instead of just a few of them.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, you can be depressed and you can be depressed and you can have depression.
Yeah,
those are two different things.
Yeah.
Which one?
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah,
I have depression, but in this recent time of my life, I'm not depressed.
But you had it.
But
I have depression. That's what I'm medicated for.
That's a good conversation to talk about.
You said go ahead on it?
No, don't.
No, I was just going to ask, do you think that if you're depressed or you've had depression at some point in time, no.
Hit on it. It's a good topic to talk about.
He can ask this question.
Do you think that you'll always have depression? Do you think you can never just be clear of depression?
I've already asked her that.
But let's hit on that next episode because I want her to elaborate more on like what type of depression she may have, like how does depression look for her.
No, but I just want to
I want you to come back and ask her that question after we understand what it looks like for her.
No, well, I just want because I've experienced it myself too. We talked about this plenty of times. I just want to see, like, do you think just any on the surface level, do you think that once you have depression, there's no way you can not have depression? Like you can be depressed at times, but you'll always have depression.
I thought so, but when I asked her that question a long time ago, she said, no, there's no way because you're diagnosed with that.
It's like I can have depression and never have another depressive episode.
It's suppressed,
but you still have depression.
Yes. Yeah.
It's like it's in you.
The opposite.
Yeah, I mean too.
You don't. I mean,
get it though.
I mean, to me, in a way, I would say, yeah, you can cure your depression and like never deal with it again. Mm-hmm. To me, I think that is more doable than anxiety. To me, I truly believe. I think everybody's different. Yeah. There might be some people like they were just very like mild form, but for me, I know myself and I know how it feels inside of here, medicated and unmedicated, and I will always have anxiety. Gosh. But I'm much better than I used to be.
Yeah, it gets better.
I think a lot of times it could be like person based on stuff like that, because it could be a situation where somebody feel like they never had anxiety, now they have it, or they never had depression, now they have it, and now they feel like, or they had it and they don't feel like they'll ever have it again. Yeah. Or it could just be just through life trauma. Some certain stuff just trigger you to go back into a space that you thought you healed from, or maybe or maybe something that is triggered. No, something that got you to the point of feeling depression is now being triggered in different ways. Mm-hmm. Yes. I've solved this issue and now good things have been going, but now I'm being held back over here or for some reason. And now you're getting something.
That's exactly how I am. Or how I was, I would say. But I think that question goes back to the whole, I think of when people say, once you're an addict, you're always an addict. Mm-hmm. You're just a recovering addict, or you're just sober, but you will always have that addiction.
Was that the same? Is that the same as?
I wouldn't say. Yeah, I don't think it's the same. I think it's all kind of like. It's all, what's the word? Circumstantial. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Because if you have, what I had to learn, or what I learned about addiction is, if you have that addictive personality, you can always get triggered to go back.
By anything.
Something could, a terrible event could trigger you right back into addiction. Okay. Next.
All right. Y'all ready to move on?
It's
time for 45 minutes.
That's fine.
That's when the best ones happen.
Yeah. Hey, we only doing 2 questions tonight. I'm sorry, guys. We will bring the other 4 back next episode.
Well, guys, it's been 2.5 hours. See you next time.
Sorry, guys. We got 2 long-winded people in the room. Nah, I'm just playing. All right, we are going to move on, but okay, we're going to go back to the first question, how we were talking about treating right, or move on, blah, 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 abusive relationships and stuff. I want to know what y'all doing. Oh, guys first. What y'all doing in the case scenario that you walking, you going to the store, or you walking down the street or something, and you see a stranger guy over there rough handling this girl or abusing this girl. What you doing?
Ooh.
What you doing?
What you doing?
What you doing? What you doing, bud?
We stepping in for sure.
I gotta say,
but don't tell us what we want to hear. What you should do, like in reality.
I'm going to first observe the situation for a split second, because that may be what they allow, and I might be stepping in some shit.
Yeah,
that may be how they rock. But from a moral standpoint, my body wouldn't allow me to just look at it, so I would have to interfere.
I mean, he over there, wop, wop.
Yeah, no, on that type of timing, I'm not thinking. It's just automatically ding, ding, ding. Now, if it's all like on some, I told you so.
No, not if it's all that. There, it's physical altercation.
Oh, if he punching her down, yeah, we getting active for sure. And then we can talk about it later. If she get mad at me, we can talk about it later.
I don't care what the situation is. I don't care who in the situation. No. Nothing. A dude sitting there beating on a chick. No. I don't got time to figure out if y'all in a relationship, like what the situation is.
It's not right, period.
Like, don't allow to make something happen, because that's crazy.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Now, if he like muffin, or he pointing the finger, he touching her like that, let me see what's going on. Hey, yo, you ain't all right. I show do y'all thing, but you ain't got to put your hands on her. Cool. Let's talk about it.
I'm gonna sit and watch for a quick second.
Observe.
Get the moving, bro. Ain't no talking, bro. Yeah.
What got going on? Like,
Punch him down.
If, because you know a lot. Some guys get crazy too, get tough in that situation. Yo, come on, man. That's my girl. That is like, is y'all good though? Like,
yeah.
I want to make sure y'all.
Is you good, Sean?
Fact. I seen the girl. That's why I say I wanted to. If he wasn't like bop. If they on some, you gotta observe. Because I've seen on like videos where a son might step in from stepdad doing, and then she get mad at the son.
You can watch it all day long, but when it's not put his hands on her.
Like, come on. Oh, yo, this ain't about you.
Yeah. That's why I said,
yeah, bro. It's like on that type of time.
If he the only one speaking, then y'all ain't good.
Bro, that's what I'm saying.
Backing them up. It's like, all right, well,
cool.
Okay, fine. Get that beat.
You accepted this. This is what you chose.
Exactly.
And this don't happen often. But if you was walking down and you seen a girl, I mean, beating her man.
Mm-hmm. I got a follow-up question.
What you doing?
She minding her business.
You minding my business?
What you doing?
I'm minding my business.
If a girl's getting on that dude,
punching
him down.
Guess what? Leave her on my place.
And she was punching him down.
Beating him. Yeah, I'm just gonna look.
I'm walking.
I'm be like, oh, look.
What do you do? What if
it's messed up? But yeah.
What if y'all walked and y'all ladies saw a guy beating a girl? What are you doing?
Oh, I'm jumping in. I'm helping.
You helping?
I'm helping for sure.
An aggressive nigga or aggressive dude just.
I seen videos like this, but I've always said, what would I really, really do? I would jump in, or if I don't jump in, if I feel like we both gonna get out, I'm calling the police. I'm going to get some help.
Okay.
I'm calling the police. I'm getting help immediately. I'm not just gonna walk away.
I was gonna say I'm like my immediate reaction or thought is to find the closest thing that I can hit his head.
Yeah.
Like I'm grabbing that glass and I'm throwing it at your head.
Yeah.
Because if I just go in and try to fight him off, most of the time they're stronger than me.
Right.
Yeah, brother.
Because I'm like, just be useless and okay, now we both knock the hell out. Like at least let me get a piece of glass and try to stab you.
I'm pick the
something.
Scene. I'm gonna pick the scene like y'all said first. I'm gonna see how big he is. But if you look like you, but all right, y'all got a back. Yeah. But I'm doing whatever the hell I got to get that girl safe. I'll tell you what though. I think it was just like my immediate reaction back then, but I have gotten in the middle of one where the guy, which it wasn't super like bing, 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 but like he hit her, like she had a lot of stuff in her hands and she had her backpack. This was in the school. And
what?
And all I heard was them arguing, and then I heard stuff hit the floor, and I turned around and she was on the floor and all her stuff was scattered. Damn. And then he was standing over her as if he was about to get ready to hit her again.
Yeah.
And so I checked on her first, but then like he walked away when I started going over there. He walked away and I went and I talked to her, and then I went and I told the front office exactly who it was because I knew his name and stuff. But
wait, so he made her drop all her Mario coins.
Pushed. Man, you stupid. He's dumb, bro. Bing, bing, bing.
You turned around, all her shit was scattered. Like, that's crazy.
No. What's crazy is that you said Mario.
Bruh. That's why I was like, but then I heard coins. I was like, oh, Mario.
He said we can't talk. It's y'all.
That's how you bad.
Mario. It's Mario.
Mario.
He talking about Mario. He's slow too. God, bro. He talking about the Mario.
I never heard nobody this color say Mario.
No, I ain't gonna lie, gang. That's crazy. That's
not a brother.
Luigi.
Okay.
Oh. So you gonna say Luigi or some shit?
Y'all country. Y'all country. That's all that is.
Nah, brother.
Hey, what I say the other day?
That's bad.
What?
What the odd?
Ah, you told him.
The odd Bob. If you don't fit in, you're an odd Bob.
He trying to say, is it not Texas people? He said you used to say Texas people. Now he say my family. We said we can't talk.
Because look, it's been a lot of examples. It's been a lot of examples.
And then you go to their house, to nannies or somebody's house, and they say the same thing.
The craziest thing about it, I come to you, y'all saying it right.
Mm-hmm.
I come to her. She ain't saying nothing.
You know what's part of it though?
I already told you why he talking.
Part of it is that I've helped him.
Right,
because while we're at it on the McDonald family,
thank you.
Let me give y'all an example. Let me ask you first. Okay, so if I've been taking a medication for 10 years, I can't just stop it, cold turkey, right? Mm-hmm. I've got to
wing yourself out.
Say it again.
Wing yourself out.
No, you don't wing yourself off. It's wean.
Thank you, bro.
You said wing?
No, it's wing, bro. Come on, bro. It's wing, bro. She said.
Like, I let it.
She said it's wing, baby. It's wing.
You said wing that whole
time.
It's wing,
for years.
Bro.
For years, he has said wing. And yesterday, I couldn't take it anymore. He said it's ween, baby. Yeah. Ween. He said
I'd be a grammar police so bad.
I'm not really trying to be grammatically correct.
It's the same.
I said, but I don't want you to be in front of another adult and embarrass yourself.
He said, that was it than nobody else.
What was that other one?
I want to hear you say it though. Say
it's wing yourself off.
I'm
not trying to hear no what you talking about. Wing yourself out, bro.
With you, I ain't hear that G.
She said it better. That's why I said it one more time.
Yeah,
but he said it hard.
It's like wing you. Wing yourself out.
Wing yourself out.
Y'all slow.
If you just came from using the bathroom, my guy just came from using the bathroom.
Yeah.
They probably button, but they forgot to, pull it up.
Zip it up.
What is that called?
A zipper.
And what are you doing?
You're zipping it up.
Zipping up? Zipping it up. Now you zipping it up.
You what, man?
You zipping it up. I'm right.
We is right.
What you doing?
Zipping.
No, first off, that's crazy.
Whoa.
Second off, zipping is wild as hell.
What do you say?
I'm zipping up.
Zipping it up. Zipping it up.
I've been zipping it up.
I'm fasten it up.
Yeah, you zip. You zip. That's all you do is zip.
No, I'm not zipping them pants.
Now you zipping it up.
You zip.
What are you doing?
Zipping.
I'm zip.
Zip.
No. There is zip and zipping.
So if I say
and I zipped my pants.
Zip in.
Yes.
If I say zip up your pants.
Yes.
That's
now do it in the action. Do it as a verb.
I zipped my pants.
I zipped my pants.
No, in the current action. That's past tense.
Unzip your zipper.
Look, zipped.
That's past tense. Because it's done. What are you doing?
Unzip.
Zip.
I am zipping.
I'm zip my pants.
No. You're zipping. Zipping.
Yes.
Yeah, but y'all say zipping it up.
That's what I'm doing in that current action.
No.
Zipping it up.
Then when I get up there, I'm gonna say it's zipped.
No. You will tell. Jumbo. You will tell somebody zipping it up, right?
Yeah.
You're like, Mo, zip
I would.
You don't.
But then I would say zip it up too. I can say you
can't say zip it up.
You can't go around with
zipping.
Hey, zipping your pants, bro.
Zipping is not. Look, zipping is not a.
What? Y'all tripping.
Zipping your pants.
No, zip your pants.
Zip your pants.
Y'all is tripping.
Zipping is not an action. It's not a what's it called?
Zipping is not
It's not an adjective, right?
Adverb.
I
don't know.
Try to teach us something.
I don't even know.
That's not the word, though. I know.
That's not in the dictionary.
What's that other one you hate?
I
say this one all the time. I think I have like an IO when you get mad all the time.
Nah, but the crazy
There's so many. What?
Crazy thing was, she looked up Washington Terrier the other day.
It's Washington. It's a thing, bro. It's like T-I something.
T-I-E.
T-E. Yeah, something like Terrier.
I said I can go to Washington. He said what? Like the cafeteria?
No, I'm trying to bro, it's a thing.
And I just told my cousin the other day. He said like a washing machine cafeteria or some shit. I'm like, yo, I swear to God, that sound like to me.
But which one are you talking about?
Wait, Leisha, what you doing? I got a question for you. A true Texan girl. Where do we go and wash our clothes at?
At the Washington.
Come on, man. The Washington, bro.
And the crazy thing is, she looked it up, and it was a real
They
word.
crazy.
What you
see? Every time
No,
we
it's the
can't
word that
talk,
you
we
use
doing it.
before
We on the
it came
podcast
up with
recording.
laundromat.
And you talking about laundromat?
But
That is the
washing
correct-
interior is the same word. It was the word before laundromat. So I say laundromat because that's what I'm used
I
to.
ain't saying all
Y'all
that.
say wash interior, but that was the word before laundromat.
So you just a young buck.
Wait, I got another one.
We old.
It's a
We
real
old
word.
South
When she
people.
looked it up and seen it, I'm like, oh,
Hey, give me some.
Where
I
we
gotta
put
get
our
y'all
food
a
at?
pass.
I'm done.
I gotta get y'all a pass on that
It's
one.
time.
Oh, that's y'all eating. Where we put our food at?
In the refrigerator.
Let her say it in the what?
In the fridge.
Jimmy, where we put our food?
In the refrigerator.
What else do we say?
Icebox. Yeah.
That ain't y'all saying stuff wrong.
That's just
His okay. Only you. What am I doing?
Yawning.
Okay, what am I doing? What am I doing?
You talking about this?
Yawning.
Oh, you yarning.
I'm not yarning.
Oh, you say yarn.
He
Yarn,
says
bro.
he says I can't stop yarning. I'm like,
Yeah, you definitely
It
yarning.
depends on the day.
I said spell it.
Where you
They
getting
didn't
that
say
R from?
yarn.
You yarning, bro. I'm
Where you
telling
getting
you.
that R
It's
from?
in there, y'all. Hear it?
It's yawning. It is YAWN.
No, it's not yawn.
What I say yawning?
It is.
Yeah, all that
It's
yarning.
not yarning.
Y-A-W-N.
I don't like that.
Y-A-W-N.
That don't sound.
Or okay,
Y'all crazy.
don't say anything. This is for you, and then I'll
For me?
ask Aaron, and then it'll go to Junebug. Okay?
It's for me?
No, this is
Oh,
for
for Moo.
Moo. Okay, so I'm driving, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I done hit the what?
Curb.
Okay, what did I hit?
Curb. I thought she was gonna
Baby,
say
what did
curb.
I hit?
You hit the curve.
I didn't hit the curve.
He said
Yes, you
curb.
did.
He always says
It's
curve.
curve.
I said, baby, it's a B, not a
That's
B.
why you say what we play when you throwing the ball to hit the thing back and forth.
Ball.
You playing curve ball.
No, when you hit,
You play man. He ain't get disappointed in me.
you said the wall to come back.
No, when you play curve ball in the project, bro. Curve ball.
That's a curveball.
Curve
Facts.
ball, bruh.
But that's a curb.
But it's curve ball.
There's a curve
What
ball.
do you mean though?
Because you're trying to hit the curve. No. No, curve ball is trying to hit that curve.
No.
I want y'all tell y'all, bro. Y'all not right. You're not right.
It's y'all, not us.
Look in the dictionary. What's wrong with y'all?
It's y'all.
No.
He real bad.
No. What's that?
Yeah, you real bad. I don't know
word?
what's
Oh, y'all, we gotta get ready to wrap it up.
I forget.
Okay.
Cause
We bringing in Gigi's story next week.
Yeah, I tell you what.
That's what we were supposed to do.
Okay, y'all, we finna. It's been a busy weekend, but we finna spend a little I can't even talk. God dang.
Bro, get it out.
We finna spend a little family time together, and we finna all go to the lake. We finna go fishing, have a little peeky nicky, a little peeky nicky.
Peeky Nicky is crazy.
Peeky nicky, or whatever. We finna go fishing, but we are going to come back next episode. I know we're supposed to done it this episode, and kind of hit on
Some other topics, yeah, especially about.
Yeah, we were gonna last episode. We said we're gonna hit on our Aunt Carol's experience
Experiences with
when
life
she
and
went through her
death.
stroke, and talking about power of attorneys and how they felt, or would they rather be here or not be here, blah blah blah, all that. And we did go and have a talk with her. We sat down with her today for a little bit, just kind of get some insight.
Did some research.
Yeah, done some little research on it. So we did run out of time today, but we are gonna come back next episode with that. What?
Yeah, that'd be at the top of the episode.
Juma, you know who you look like?
Your mama.
I got you.
That's your Willy Wonka looking ass.
All right, y'all. We're gonna wrap it up right there. This has been episode 12 of the Chillin with them podcast. We got.
Sorry, I had to test the mic again.
Bug, no relation.
That
All relations.
Hey, gay. Sorry.
all relations.
Oh, yes, he said all
I ain't pick up until ladies.
You have to be gay. You said all relations. You didn't say no relation.
Because I'm related to Bug. He ain't related to Diddy, so he said no relation, bro.
No, that didn't mean that.
No, he means Diddy is in his name, but he has no relation to the action.
Bug in my name, I got all relations.
Y'all, bye.
Hey guys.
Hey Diddy.
Peace. Yeah.